So when I was taught to do the cable cast on, I always take the yarn around the needle in a clockwise direction, looking down this way, going around in a clockwise direction, like so. Pull the yarn out to make the new stitch, and then I came through from the back to the front of the stitch. And I don't know if you can see how this yarn is sort of starting to untwist when I do that. And that's because this is a single ply yarn, and most single ply yarns are made with a Z twist, which means the direction of twist in the yarn is coming down in this direction, like the main section of a Z. What you can do to introduce twist into the yarn rather than take it out is take the yarn around the needle in the opposite direction. So if I go around in an anti-clockwise direction, looking down in this direction, it's an anti-clockwise direction rather than clockwise direction as I normally would. And also if I bring the left hand needle from the front to the back through the stitch rather than the other way around, then that introduces twist into this Z twist yarn. So as I've knit a few more, you can start to see how here, where I was taking the yarn around the needle in the clockwise direction, that the stitches are sort of all spread out on the needle, a bit mushy. And then here, as I've got further along where I've been doing them in an anti-clockwise direction, not the normal way to make the new stitches on the needle, the stitches are much more distinct. And actually, when I come to knit those, it'll be much easier to knit these stitches without splitting them, rather than those. So I've done a couple of rows so that you can see the difference between the two styles of cast on. So this was where I worked the stitches in the normal clockwise direction, and this is where I changed and started working them in the anti-clockwise direction. This first row of stitches is actually twisted. I really don't think that you'd notice. A positive side effect of making the cast on edge in the anti-clockwise direction is that because the twist has been introduced as I'm making the stitches here, these stitches are more able to hold on to their fibres, which is quite important at the at the base of a garment, or on cuffs or something.